going on, folks? This is Steve with Race Day Live. We're here today with Matt Gagnon, our new friend here. Matt, how's it going, buddy?
It's going great. I got to tell you, I'm very excited to be here tonight. You know, got a little bit of road course action here at Indy Roval. Lot to be excited for. I got to tell you that, Steve.
Dude, this is going to be a lot of fun. Right now, a lot of cool things going on. We were here last week at the Indy Oval, the big track, and now today we're on the interior, on the Indy road course in Maine. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a lot of fun today. Back-to-back Indy weeks. This is proving to be a hard track for a lot of these drivers, and right now we're getting underway for open qualifying. So a completely different format that we normally do on the ovals and things like that. Typically we'll do, standard, fastest lap time qualifying, but right now, open qualifying for 15 minutes. What can they do in that time span? Who can get that pole today?
You know, the road coursing, it really separates who has different skill sets. I got to tell you that. You know, we're going to see some different drivers up at the front today. You're still going to see your dominant drivers, but you're going to see some different drivers with different skill sets who this track might just click for them. They understand it. The road coursing is very different from the ovals, and I'm calling some big action tonight. I'm excited for this.
Yes, sir. Going to be a lot of fun right now. Currently checking in on Matthew Fleming in the 88 Plum Dogs machine. Love to see that. But yeah, Matt, today we have two stages. So again, real life NASCAR, yeah, they don't really do the stages anymore. They have like the stages, but they don't throw yellows. In our case, we definitely will be throwing yellows. And that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have the actual stage cautions come out. We'll re-rack the field, and honestly, I think we do that to just kind of reinvigorate that excitement in the races. Obviously, it's hey, restarts bring chaos, right? And should be a lot of fun. NASCAR, hey, you know what? They have those chances to have yellow flags for debris or for wrecks. We don't have that here. iRacing doesn't throw yellows for incidents, so it's manual cautions only. And for stages, it's going to be a lot of fun. What do you expect to see here today, man?
Well, I'm expecting chaos. I'm expecting a little bit of chaos and a lot of fun. That's what I'm expecting today. You know, like I said, some guys don't know a lot about road courses, and it's going to separate the people who do know about road courses. And that's where the chaos is going to come from. When these two types of drivers mix, they combine, they're put on one track together, and you're going to see these guys side by side heading into corners, and we're going to see exactly how these things play out.
Yes, sir. A lot of fun right now. Frankie Barroso already on the track. Right now, currently on top of the charts. Right now, having some issues with our system, so I apologize for that. We're going to get that worked out here momentarily, but I'll tell you what, this is going to bring a different beast into this. I mean, you've got 15 minutes, excuse me, to get your fast lap down. I mean, if you have drivers in the way, blocking that fast lap, these fast guys who maybe showed speed in practice, they might not necessarily have that ability to get down that fast lap.
Oh, yes. It's like dealing with lap cars, except, you're in the spot where you need to be your fastest. It's not about overall speed. It's about you here right now. And when you have slower cars in your way, it's tough to get up front. But we're going to see these drivers try to work around these guys, and we're going to see some more battles. This is going to even add to the chaos.
Yes, sir, I think it is. Tell you what, right now, one person to realize or to recognize here today, so Nick Simpson, the regular here in the 46 car, is actually not here. So in his place, substituting, is season 4 champion Mark Whitley. So really pretty cool to see him in here, back on track for the ASRA, in a different car that he normally is in. Normally we see him or last season in the 77, but right now in the 46. Going to do some good stuff for Nick Simpson in that car. Pretty cool to see. Right now we have 3 of our former champions in this race, which is very cool. Mark Whitley.
Oh, yes.
Last season's champion. Brandon Bowie, also in here as well in the 54.
Last week's winner.
That's true.
Right there. Brandon Bowie.
Good luck to get it done at both configurations here. Pretty awesome here. And then Matthew Smith, right here. in that 29 Crash Clink machine, Season 1 winner. So really cool to see. A lot of people in here. Going to be a lot of fun. Brandon 6 right now, up top at the pole currently. Provisional pole. 1:27.79. So a great lap by him. Very, very quick.
Oh, yes. We're going to see him have that speed. We're going to see him have that speed. But is he going to maintain that over the course of this race? We're going to have 41 laps here. And not even to mention we have the stage breaks. 10 laps, 15, and then we're going to run it out the rest of the way. But, you know, you still have to save a little bit of tires here. It's not that much of an impact as if we were to go to a track like Darlington or Michigan, tracks like those. But you still got to save those tires. You're going to notice an effect. If you run this race all the way through without changing your tires, you're going to be slipping, sliding all across this track. And
oh, yeah.
If you're able to pull that off, that's truly incredible. But realistically, you're going to need some tires at some point. And this hot lap speed, it shows who has the speed, but who's got the mix, you know, the happy medium of being fast, yet being smart and conservative.
100%. Yeah, right now, too, Merrick Watchorn, one of our newer drivers in the field, wasn't able to make the last couple of weeks, but he is here today, and I'll tell you what, he's looking pretty quick. Right now, P7, trying to avoid the slower cars. It's not easy. Open qualifying, I'll tell you what, it definitely produces a different kind of pressure because you really want to get that track position in this race. It's all about track position for these road courses, and it's very hard to get those spots. So right now, if you can get that clean lap, even if you're not necessarily super fast, a clean lap, you know, that might be just enough to get past these guys. And Merrick Watchorn right now looking pretty good in P7.
Oh, yes. Doing a pretty solid job. Oh, one car off. What do we have here? Is that the...
Josh Larson, yeah, in that 51. So, folks, in the top right, you might have seen this in the real-life broadcast, but we've got the map, the track map on the top right, and that will show every driver's position. So your favorite driver, their number, that's going to be them on track, where they are. And when you see a car or a number in green, like you do now, that's going to be the driver that we're actively watching. So that's going to be the 51 right here, or if we switch to Mark Whitley, he's going to be in the 46 in that lime green. If a car goes off track, just like the 18 did right now, we can go...
Ooh.
Go to him real quick. Boom, Daryl Young. You'll notice that the red, it means that they are off track. So that's going to be a tough break right now. As you see Jackson Anderson right now off track. So if your favorite driver's number turns red, that's bad news, Bears. That definitely means they're off track, and also tells us to, hey, go and check it out, because they might be, they might not be on track right now and might be a mess, but should be a lot of fun.
I think you're gonna see a lot of those today. You're gonna see a lot of red dots on your screen.
Oh yeah, going to be a lot. Devin Smirka right now, looking really quick. Tell you what, P2 right now has gotten a couple of poles already this season, and he's one to watch out for. He's fast here. I think if, you know, Brandon 6 slips up a little bit, I think he's going to be there. Oof, as he hits the inside wall there, but should be a lot of fun. This is one of those tracks, too. I always tell people, Matt, that, hey, if you're not one of these, you know, if you're not one of the faster drivers here, you know, at road courses or whatever, just, I mean, man, if you just practice, it's almost, you know, practicing here.
Whoa.
Or, that's why Jordan goes around.
That's why we get to practice.
Exactly. Yeah, practicing at these road courses, it almost always equivalates. Is that a word? Equivalates? Equivalates.
Make it a word.
Yeah. It equivalates to, or it equals better, you know, results in the race. But again, a lot of these drivers in the back of the pack, they're not very favorable towards road courses. You know, I know we're looking at Matthew Fleming. He's one of them who I know does not like road courses, but hey, he's also a smart driver. So keeping your car clean, keeping it on the track, you know, and just seeing what happens, right? I mean, just keeping your car clean, I mean, that could nab you a top 10 easily if you watch out for it.
Oh yeah, so you got to be smart. You got to know when to make moves, and like I said, you got to be conservative. And I'm gonna say it so many times tonight, you're gonna get sick of it. It's about the chaos. You got to stay out of that chaos. If you have 10 drivers in front of you that go off the track, that's 10 spots you can go ahead and grab. All yours for the taking. So if you're in the right spot at the right time, not getting in anyone's way and not getting involved with anyone else, you're going to get some spots regardless of how fast you are. We're going to see drivers with severe drop off. They're going to have their short run speed and they're going to drop off severely, fall back through the field, but it's about who has the speed and who's smart enough to avoid the chaos.
Yeah.
Stay away from it, and
100%.
that's what the winner's going to take as we see the 12 car heading off into the gravel. Oh!
Marshall Harris into
Marshall
that barrier.
Harris
Not
hard
good.
hit on that left rear. Oh.
But yeah, I think you nailed it. I mean, you know, it's not going to be easy. I mean, keep in mind, we have almost 30 drivers in this field right now, and only 19 have made who have posted a time. So that tells me that there's about 10 drivers who can't even get around this track without maybe getting an incident or hitting a wall, because iRacing only records the times that are clean laps. So it's tough. It's not. I mean, the Indy Road Course. I feel like this is one of the easier ones we go to. I mean, these flat corners can be tough because there's just not a lot of grip on them and things like that. This track in particular seems pretty slick. Doing some practice earlier in the race, or earlier in the week, but yeah, I mean, overall, tough break. We don't really go here a lot, as far as road courses. In the sim, typically you'll see Watkins Glen, Sonoma, Road Atlanta, or America, excuse me, things like that. But hey, this is a good opportunity. Get those points. This could be major for a lot of these drivers.
Speaking of slick, one slick area that comes to mind when you say that is Sector 1, specifically turns 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
That area is weird when it comes to weight transfer. You're in the middle of a corner, and you have to brake a little bit. Heading into the next corner, your weight's shifting from side to side. How do you handle that? Handling it sometimes, like we see the 55 here, straight off into the wall, playing in the sand, make a little bit of sand castles. But yeah,
not good.
Weight transfer.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's you have to. These cars are not easy. I mean, it's they kind of have subtle GT3 vibes to them a little bit. They're definitely built to be more of a road course car than previous cars, I would say that. But yeah, weight transfer is not easy. It's you really have to kind of you just have to know when the balance is. And one thing that is actually pretty big too, from what I've seen and tried in road course racing, is just overall like just brake and throttle. I mean, just all the just your footwork really matters. And I mean, I think a lot of these drivers don't necessarily, when they're full throttle going down to a braking zone, they don't necessarily let off first and then brake. A lot of drivers go from throttle to brake immediately, and that upsets the weight of the of the car from the back of the car to the front of the car. So if drivers kind of knew that, I think they would realize that a lot of their woes when it comes to road course racing might be better, especially into the braking zone. But right now, whoa, man.
Whoa. Big
Thomas.
hit there. I didn't get to see who that was, but we see hoods flying across the front stretch. But that's going to do it for your qualifying here tonight. And it's going to leave Brandon 6 on your pole.
Yes, sir. No surprise there at all. Brandon 6 is your pole sitter.
Not only is your pole sitter, he's your pole sitter by about 8/10.
Yeah, again,
Wow.
I think we saw it. I mean, we saw a lot of drivers, a couple drivers in those 27s for qualifying as well, actually in practice, excuse me. So open qualifying procedure definitely changes the game. If you don't have that clean track, you can't necessarily get that fast lap like you could maybe in practice. So Frankie Barroso in P2, Devin Smirker in third. A lot of cool stuff going on tonight.
Oh, yeah. But how are these drivers going to handle going down in the turn 1, this heavy braking zone? I think we're going to see a lot of cars going around within the first lap or two, just purely into turn 1.
Yeah, yes. 100%. Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, we're definitely going to see a car or two, or maybe the whole field, have an issue into turn one. Definitely. I mean, it's
Yes.
just, we see that in real life, I mean, it's a spot, especially on restarts, where you can gain a lot of time in a lot of positions quickly if you can make it work. So, but it's just tough. I mean, do you do it stage one? Maybe not. Do you do it stage, at the beginning of stage 3 when there's not going to be another restart? Maybe, because then at that point, there's no restart after that. So at that point, it's desperation time. You got to get that track position. So I think that might be a lot of it.
We see drivers in real life fan out almost like it's Kansas. We see them 3, sometimes 4 wide, just diving it into that 90-degree turn. It's risky, but is the risk worth the reward? We're going to find that out later tonight.
Yes, sir. Right now, all these cars are gridding up. The famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Hey, we went the other way last week, and now we're going back the other way. This is pretty cool. A lot of fun right now, but Brandon 6 going to be your pole sitter. Love seeing that right there. Brandon 6 again on the pole today. Devin Smarker going to be starting in P3. Love that for him. Frankie Barroso going to be in P2. Have not seen him on track yet, but Roger Pierce going to be starting in P4. Mark Whitley in 5th place. Tell you what, Richard Woodruff in P6. That's a sleeper pick for me. He's very, very quick at these road courses, and definitely showing it here today. Love to see that right there. Brandon Bowie, last week's winner on the road course, on the oval, the big oval here. Starting in P7, Merrick Watchhorn, new driver on board on the circuit. Rolling off P8. Love that. Jamie Graham going to be rolling off P9. DJ Honeycutt in 10th place. Looking pretty good. Nick Biddy in P11. Donnie Honeycutt on the thumbnails today. Give him a good shout out today for the 22 Cabela's machine. Love that. Matt Smith in 13th place. Thomas Meeks going to be in 14th. Let's see if we can get a better view here of all these cars. Ooh, hold on now. Hold on now. There we go. Getting fancy.
Get some angles right.
Matthew Fleming rolling off P15. Pretty good effort actually from him. We talked about him earlier, how he's not exactly a favorite here, but good effort for sure. Daryl Young Jr., I'll tell you what, he's making a big impact in the point standings, and so far in these races. Daryl always comes out of nowhere and does so well at these tracks. I've got a feeling this track might not be the best for him, but I think we'll be surprised yet again by him as well. Anthony Williams, P17, love that for him. James Coppin, 18th place, great starting spot for him. Marshall Harris in P19. Jackson Anderson, 20th place. Joseph Mealy, going to be rolling off P21. Actually has an EOL for the race because he hit the choose car last week. One of our the favorite things we do. Tyler Honeycutt, 22nd. Kenny Reel, 23rd.
Oh my. Kenny Reel.
Scott Gasorn, 24th. Say what?
Driver, I want to watch out for Kenny Reel right there.
Uh-oh.
I think he's a very smart and conservative driver. I think we can. I'm making an early pick, like a sleeper pick, deep sleep pick. I want to look at Kenny Reel.
Love that. Sweet. Robin Song, 23rd place. Tyler Honeycutt, 24th. Scott Gasorn in 25th, and then Jonathan Wright, 26th place. Looks like Josh Larson also on the track, 27th, but don't see him physically on track. Not sure if he's having any issues. We'll follow up on that for sure. But hey, that's your field.
I have one question. How many Honeycutts are there?
A lot. They just
there
don't
are
end.
a lot of Honeycutts. We have 3 in this field tonight.
We do.
Wow.
There are many, many Honeycutts. But tell you what, family racing, I love to see it. They're great guys. And hey, father, sons, really, really cool to see that. But tell you what, right now, this turn 1, this is what everyone's going to be asking themselves. What do we expect in turn 1 right here? And I don't think we'll see it at the front of the field, but I think that second half of the field, maybe back half, it might get dicey.
Looking out from in the mid pack, we have guys who might not be the fastest, but they're willing to make big risky moves to try and gain these spots. And I think we're going to see somewhere in like the middle, back of the pack. That's where all these moves are going to come from. This is where the chaos starts. This is where the fun starts. We're going to have some exciting racing here tonight. So we're about to go green momentarily.
Yes, sir. And right there where they just passed was going to be that stage finish line. So right here we have stage finish line procedures. Stage line's basically moved up a little bit so that the pace car can be caught up nice and quick. Right now these drivers are all going to catch this. Pace car has turned off. Once that green flag flies, we're live today for the Sim Motion Grand Prix of Indianapolis.
Excited, baby. I'm excited. Gonna take him down on the front stretch. Getting ready to go green. We got Barney up on the flag stand. Getting ready to wave it.
And there it is, green flag in the air.
We're going to see these drivers led by Brandon 6 diving things down in the turn 1. He's going to take the inside line. We're almost 3 wide here. Watch out. Fairly smooth in the front of the pack.
Oh, Frankie Barroso, Roger Pierce get together.
Door banging. Watch out.
So far back at the field, gets through pretty cleanly. Love to see that. But man, oh man, we didn't think that up front was going to be the issue. Frankie Barroso did not get through that turn 1 easily. But great start. Frankie is falling down fast. He is a favorite here today. Watch out for him. Oh, Brandon Bowie.
He's going straight. He's fine. Oh, one more car around. Oh, the 87 machine. Graham, watch out. Sideways down the back straight.
Unfortunate right there. And a lot. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a lot of action. Road course racing. This will get crazy quick.
This is the start of the chaos. It's only just starting. We still have a lot more racing to do here. Brandon 6, he's got his lead. Right behind him is Whitley. He's trying to hunt him down here. Just a couple car lengths back to him. We're going to round off our first lap here. Very exciting, I gotta say, Steve.
Very cool. Right now, Mark Whitley going to be coming up in P2 right now. Watch out for him. Matt Fleming getting word about him off the track a little bit. Not good.
He's trying. He's persevering. He's got to give up some spots, but don't doubt him. Don't doubt him at all. Watch him.
Joseph Mealy again also off the track. Multiple cars off track right now. Jonathan Wright down bad right now. Do apologize. Our track map seems to be not working right. Oh, Brandon 6 came off. Something happened to Brandon 6. Not good right there. Not sure if that was a little shot by Mark Whitley, but got a feeling, hey, these track conditions are tough. Brandon 6, Frankie Barroso, both out here.
Oh, no.
Fell back.
Knocked off from the lead there. Unfortunate. But we've seen him. He's got the speed. I don't doubt he can make a comeback happen, but here's what happened. Heading down is at turn 1. Oh, lock up on the right side. He's going to cut through the grass. Oh, no.
Yeah, just kind of blew it. Unfortunate for Brandon 6. Tell you what, not a good break for him, but he will get right back to the front when you're that fast. Watch out. Right now, Mark Whitley up front, subbing in for Nick Simpson. Keep in mind, love to see that Season 4 champion back out here again for the first time this season. What can he do today in that Sauer and Son machine? And then Devin Smecker.
26 machine. Watch out here. Going down the front straight again. Single filed out throughout the field. Not looking at many battles at the moment, but it's all strategic. We got one car heading out the pits. Who do we have here? The 12 car. Coming out, but Brandon Bowie sitting in the 7th spot right now. I want to shout out my deep sleep pick from earlier. We have Kenny Reel. He's moved up to 13th.
That's true.
He's moving up.
Love that. Great job right there for that pick. Tell you what, my pick, I have no idea who my pick is. This is one of those tracks. I'll tell you what, not a lot of fan favorites here. As far, or not a lot like this track, I guess is what I should say. But yeah, I mean, this is tough. But it's, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, it's the Brickyard, and You gotta love it. Roger Pierce right now making a comeback, currently in P8. We saw him have some issues earlier in the race, but in that 27 Extreme Sim Sports, looking pretty good.
Pretty solid right now. Keep in mind, we are still only on lap 3, but we're going to see these guys shuffle around. A little bit of lockup there, heading off into, I believe that was turn 12. Didn't see who that was, but we have a little bit of a side-by-side battle between the 48 and the 66. Barroso and 6. We're going to move down on the front straight. But we see a move heading down in the turn 1.
It's getting there. I mean, right now, yeah, Frankie's holding that line pretty good. Ooh, Brandon might sneak in. Nope, not quite.
Whoa!
Great job right there.
Up that right side again.
Hey, so far, clean race right here from Merrick Watchorn. Got to watch out for him. New driver on the in the field. Looking pretty strong right now in that 4th position. Great job. Richard Woodruff, I'll tell you what, you know, you had a sleeper pick. This might be my sleeper pick, even though he's, you know, P3. I'll tell you what, he's just not, you know, he's a fast driver, but I'll tell you what, these road courses, just something about it. It's just, he just hits. And this is just a very, very impressive so far for him. Love to see it.
We did see him finish in the top 10 last week on the oval. Be a little bit of momentum moving forward and confidence. You see Woodruff rolling off in the podium position, P3, heading into 10 or 12 with confidence.
Looks like Devin Smecker got around Mark Whitley right here for the lead. Looking good right there. We'll take a look back. I believe Mark Whitley actually went off track, so let's take a look at that real quick. Oh,
this is what it is. Lockups, a lot of lockups. We've seen a lot of lockups earlier. This is what I was saying earlier. This is about managing where you are, thinking about where you are and how you're going to avoid chaos. This is a little bit of chaos here. A lot of your passes are going to be from drivers making mistakes. We've seen a lot of lockups. We've seen a lot of people going off track and around. And when you're in the right spot at the right time, just like Smecker was, that's how you get in the lead here. He's got another lap led here. We've seen, what, 3 leaders today so far?
Yes. I'll tell you what.
All off of mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, Devin right now looks, I mean, one thing that, you know, as I watch him, he's looking smooth. Looks very smooth around this track. Mark Whitley obviously having some issues in the braking zone, but Devin just seems to be, you know, it's just fluid, right? It's just getting around the track nice and smooth. Not a lot of like aggression maybe in the braking zones or whatever. It's just, he's just hitting all of his marks.
What it is when it comes to road course racing, hitting your marks, remembering every single spot. You know, we got the boards on the wall. What are we going to do when we don't have boards on the wall? You got to find fixed spots on the track.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there's a crack. Maybe you see curbs start, curbs end. You got to find your marks, get comfortable with them, and maybe even push beyond that. Break your comfort bubble and get things rolling and gain some time maybe. Or maybe you spin off, but that's why we had practice.
Yeah, 100%.
Now is not the time for experimentation. It's race day. It's race time. We are 6 laps in right now, and we are here racing.
Hey, one driver I was really impressed by last week in Indianapolis, the big track, was DJ Honeycutt. Man, I'll tell you what, he's been on fire lately. He hasn't really had the start of the season I feel like he wanted, but he has been coming on strong as of the last couple of races in that 15 machine. Very, very impressive. Had a top 4 last week, and just continuing to improve. Excuse me. Continuing to improve. And I mean, right now in P9, you know, in the mood right now for some stage points. So you love to see it. But so far, a great effort by these guys. So far, right now we're seeing the track kind of cooling off. Everyone's kind of spread out a little bit. Kenny Rio, there's your pick right there in P13. Scott Gazorn. A lot of drivers kind of getting into their groove right now. That's good to see.
That's what it is, again, about road courses. Hitting your marks, getting fluid. I like that word, fluid. Fluidity. It's another good word.
Yes, sir.
And just getting in your groove, you know? Find your spot, stick with it, and keep going. It's what you need to do.
Exactly. A lot of good efforts right here. Right now we're seeing Frankie Barroso making a move. We just saw him get real loose out there. Out of that last corner. Trying to run down Merrick. Doing a pretty good job. Frankie's got the speed. It's just, you got to get through the traffic, right? And these guys up front, I feel like right now, this is easily our best road course field we've had, probably in any season we've had, because at the ASRA. Because right now, typically we've seen, you know, that one or two driver really just, you know, leave. Oh, Frankie, hold on to it.
Oh! Hang in there. Keep it going straight. You can get a little slideways right there. Watch out.
Yeah, I can promise you that Frankie thinks that at this point, this is a race he can win. Knowing his speed. All these drivers, again, they get those 2 more restarts. The stages haven't even cropped up yet. Right now it's lap 7. So right here is the stage finish line. And 2 more times around. And if Devin can make it back around to that line, he'll be the stage 1 winner. Good to see there for that All Things Go podcast. Loved having them on board last week with Brian Murphy and the crew over there. So go and check them out wherever you listen to podcasts, All Things Go. Good to see. But these road courses, man, I'll tell you what, one thing about road courses, you need a good rig, and one place to get them is Sim Motion. You guys, everybody in the chat, you'll see a pinned message in the chat. Go and check all that out. Great to have them on board. And they're great when it comes to promo code for the ASRA. You can use promo code ASRA for 5% off your order. They have some great sim rigs, wheels and pedal boards and all, not pedal boards, that's music. Pedals, all kinds of stuff. Great equipment. Go and check them out. They're going to be on board all season. Oh, Marshall Harris!
Oh!
Spins out in front of Gasorn. Holy.
Soren's all right. Move on forward. Wow. It's a little bit of a spin. And another lockup we saw heading down in the 1 there. Wow.
Yeah, battle for the lead, not lead, but battle for top 4 right now. Frankie Barroso makes his way around Merrick Watchorn. Great job right there. We'll keep this up top, folks, the gap right here. I know we like to usually condense that tower, but today we'll show that gap so that you guys can see exactly where all the battles are. And right now, I know we mentioned the track map. I'm not sure why it's deciding to fail on us. Today we're having some gremlins, but I do apologize for that. We'll try and work them out during commercial breaks. But yeah, right now, Devin Smirker still up front. Looking pretty good. Making a big lead. 2-second lead right now up on Mark Whitley. Definitely looking pretty solid. Can Devin today break out and get his first win of the season and his first win in his ASRA Cup Series debut, or season debut? Would love to see it. Would be really cool to see Mark Whitley in P2. Again, through the field a little bit. Mark Whitley, Season 4 champion. Subbing in today for Nick Simpson. A blast to see him in that car. I'm sure Nick and all of his friends who are normally here are loving that. And usually they're always trolling Nick about his abilities or potentially lack thereof. But right now, having a champion in his car is pretty cool for him. So. Richard Woodruff, very impressive P3 right now. Love to see that. A couple of drivers back in the pack having some issues. Jonathan Wright.
Whoa.
Not too sure what's going on there, but
track there, but watch out.
Yeah, big time mess right here. Devin Smirker right there. That is the stage line, and that is the stage 1 yellow. And that is it. Stage 1 is complete. Devin Smirker is your stage 1 winner. Congrats to him. Love that for him. So far, great race.
Very good.
Chaotic
Very good
at the
run.
beginning. But so far, great job. There he is.
For the most part, a very clean stage 1 right there. Most of these drivers singling out, finding their groove, getting, ready? Fluid. They're getting
there
fluid.
It is.
That's the word of the day right there. Brought to you by me, Matt Gagnon. Fluidity. Getting fluid, getting in your zone, and
Exactly.
that's what you need. That's what you need to do. And these guys are pulling it off and getting things done on the road course.
And see, this right here, folks, is why we have the stage finish line, because now the leaders come right before the pace car, and they don't have to go one more lap to then catch it. So this is why we do it. This will save a whole another lap for green flag racing, especially also at the second stage break. So great news here. It also lets the field catch up a little bit quicker, and a lot of cool things going on there. So hey, folks, real quick before they go pit stops, do pit stops, we'll go and hit the commercial break and thank all of our great sponsors. We'll come right back. All right, folks, we are back here today for Race Day Live. We are back at the Sim Motion Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Right now, having a good time today. Devin Smirker is your Stage 1 winner. You're going to be coming down here potentially for pit stops. And yes, they do. Every single person in this field will come down right now, Matt. Will come down for those full of fresh tires and fuel. And here we go. What do we expect? Fuel? Do we take fuel? Do we take tires? I don't know.
Definitely a fuel. You definitely need the fuel. Pack in as much Sunoco racing fuel as you can. Maybe slap on a couple Goodyear Eagles onto these terrific race cars. I gotta tell you, some beautiful, beautiful race cars in this field tonight. But leading him down the 26 of Smecker. I'm thinking we're gonna see a lot of time on pit road, mainly from fuel. I think we're gonna see a couple guys. They're just gonna skip the tires, and we're gonna go just for the fuel. What do you think, Steve?
I think so. I think lately, especially with this package, you really don't need tires at these road courses nowadays, especially on the surface, unless they changed that recently. I mean, you're seeing it right here. A lot of drivers just coming out real quick. And here we go.
Flash and go. Maybe you come in at the end of stage 2, and then you get your tires. But for right now, pack in as much fuel as you can. See how far you can take that.
Yes, sir. Right now, a great effort. We're going to bring in Devin Smecker in a second if we can. We'll try and track him down, see if we can bring him in for a quick interview about a Stage 1 win. But, yeah, solid effort right there. I'd love to see that. And right now, yeah, like you said, everybody on board, coming down pit road. A lot of drivers, I bet, took 2 tires, maybe even 4 tires. But again, I think they're going to realize that tires really don't matter a whole lot. If anything, you want the old tires because they're already kind of worn into the track. So, definitely, exactly, definitely a tough break. But right now, let's bring in Devin Smirker if we can. Let's try and track him on down. Let's see. Devin, where are you? Here he is. Hey, Devin, it's Steven, Matt in the booth, man. You got me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Hey, dude. So, hey, Stage 1 victory. Love to see that. Got a really fast all things go hot rod right there. How are you going to do the rest of this race? And, man, can you hold on to get your first win?
Yeah, you know, this place is treacherous. The next-gen car may be a little bit more of a sports car than previous iterations of the stock car, but it's still a 3,600-pound machine trying to go around this little go-kart track, I like to call it. So it's just about keeping it on the track, man. I didn't pass anybody just on pure speed there. I just kept it on the track and have plenty of speed. That's not the problem. I have plenty in the bank from what I was running there. Just keeping it on the track and should have a fair shake at it at the end.
Love that, man. Hey, great job. Yeah, keeping it on the track. I mean, how important is it to just stay fluid? I mean, obviously tires don't seem like a huge deal here, but I mean these restarts, that turn 1 is pretty devious.
Yeah, I have a high dislike for turn one. They moved the restart zone right about here in real life, and it seemed to work pretty good. But yeah, I'm nervous as all heck about this restart. Everyone's gonna try and get everything they can get because it's extremely hard to pass anybody under green without them making a mistake. It's just such a tight track, and you know, the infield portion of the track, it feels like a go-kart track. So
Yeah.
I'd much rather be turning left going into one than right, but we're gonna see what we can do here and try and bring it home for all things go and babyface Fab.
Hey, love that, man. Congrats on the stage 1 win, and hey, good luck rest of the way.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, that's Devin Smirker in that 26 All Things Go podcast machine. Looking pretty fast, Matt. I'll tell you what, a lot of drivers in here back up front. I mean, Smirker right now in P1, Brandon 6 has found his way back up to P2. So looking solid there. Richard Woodruff maintains his 3rd spot. Mark Whitley in 4th. And then Roger Pierce, we haven't really talked much about him today, but he's definitely a road course ringer himself. He's very good at these kind of tracks. Maybe not necessarily this one, but definitely good at road courses in general. So I expect to see a lot more of him today. And then Frankie Broso,
road course ringer here.
Exactly. A lot of these guys, I would say safely, the top maybe 7 are extremely good drivers on road courses. Even Brandon Bowie there in 12th, but so far having some bad luck in that 54. But having to hold on to it. But right now, going to be a lot of good times. Right now, we're going to come to the choose car.
Choose car. Here
Yes,
we go.
sir.
Very exciting. You definitely, personal opinion, you're definitely going to want to take it on the inside line here. No other way around here. Wrap the inside. We've seen cars try to go around the outside, but especially in that tight turn 1, you're going to want that inside line.
Yeah, this is what I mean for folks who don't, you know, or maybe just tuning in. This is something unique that the ASRA does. They do a choose car. So obviously, you know, real life they have their, you know, like the choose cone, right, coming to 1 to go. We have the car because iRacing doesn't have that capability right now in the actual sim. So hey, we do this. A lot of fun, and definitely very useful on the ovals. And always a good time. Thanks to Harpoon Design there for that time to choose segment. Great job by those drivers.
Creative.
Yes, sir.
I haven't seen anything like that. That's really creative. I love that.
There's that choose car driven by Brandon Davis. Love that. Big old cone. The
Cone car.
nice and orange and yellow. You can't miss it. Although people have hit it, and that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But right now, Devin Smirker. We are coming to the green flag stage number 2. Hey, the map works now, so we're good. We fixed it, and right now we're gonna go back green on lap 13. Stage number 2 will end on lap 25. Here we go. What does Devin Smirker have for this field?
Very excited. Here we are. Get ready now. Barney, green flag in hand, and green flag back out in the air here at Indy.
Here they come down turn 1. Who is going to make this work? Devin Smirker hold the inside line. Mark Whitley going to shove it in 3 wide right here. Down the middle. Great effort.
Whoa.
Oh, man. Brandon 6, Mark Whitley. Tangle just a little bit. Mark Whitley going to make this thing work.
Gonna shuffle in 2 by 2, going down in the turn 3. Make that into turn 4 now. Watch out. Whoa! A little bit of a shuffle going on in the back here. 1 car in the grass. Oh, no. We're gonna see Woodruff. Oh, Woodruff.
Hold on.
No, and another car.
Yeah, Scott Kazorn got into that. Not good for Scott Kazorn. Terrible luck for him right there. And then Woodruff as well. Man, from P3 all the way to last right there. That's the give and take of road courses. Unfortunate right there. Absolutely hate to see it, but right now, that's it. Merrick Watchorn falling back as well, having some issues here.
Oh no, a lot of chaos going on now. Watch out, we have a lot of cars going off in the grass, lockups.
Oh,
left and
Brandon
right.
6, Frankie Barroso
Oh,
again.
Brandon 6.
What is going on today?
Oh,
Frankie Barroso has major damage to the front of that car. You can see the whole front end of that nose pushed in. These are all Bowie Esports teammates right here, not having the luck they need. Frankie getting real loose.
Whoa. Almost in the wall. 2 cars I see. Almost in the wall. 1 car around. Oh,
Jackson
golly.
Anderson around. Tell you what,
A lot of.
bad blood right now between teammates. I've got a strange feeling. I would not want to be in that team chat right now.
Yeah, it's a little concerning about all this, but oh, another car around, heading on to the front stretch. What is it? That has only been 1 lap, and we've seen chaos.
Yeah,
Chaos.
I mean, you get these drivers around other, other guys. It's tough. I mean, it's just, it's not, it is not easy. Merrick, Joseph Mealy right now making a great comeback right now, and currently in P8. Love that. Daryl Young having a clean race. That's, again, we talked about it. Oh, we're seeing Jonathan Wright. Big mess right here. Thought he was
right
clear.
in the apex. Turned around right in the middle of the racing line. He's now right in front of Woodruff. Gosh.
Man, hold on to your pants, because this is pretty wild. We're already, to your point. Oh, Matt Smith, Season 1 champion. Around we go.
This is what I think it is. Oh, we got a modified on track. Watch out.
Matthew Fleming, not surprised to see that. Oh, my word.
Oh, poor Fleming.
Hey, no fast repairs. That's what it comes down to, right? You get 1 car. It is not easy to get around this track.
Not at all. It's a road course. It's a road course. And this is chaos. One thing I think it is about, ready for this? Again, fluidity. Once you get in that rhythm, you find your fluid line, you get everything going for you, and then it gets broken up by a stage. So these drivers who have gotten in this comfortable spot that they found themselves in now get broken up. Now they got to get back in the groove, find the rhythm, and then hopefully keep it clean the rest of the way as we see the 51 going around the 15 of DJ Honeycutt. Woo! Oh, off in the grass again, cutting the track.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Try taking a shortcut. Did not work out for him. Jackson Anderson.
83.
Cutting the grass. Jackson Anderson, not sure. Filled out the application for the maintenance ground crew.
We might as well have been racing lawnmowers tonight, as we've seen a lot of cars in the grass. Watch out, folks.
I kind of like that idea, actually.
That'd be interesting. You wanna see lawnmowers on iRacing?
I do.
Kind of cool.
Around Indianapolis, hell yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be the equivalent of like the Silver Crown cars.
Yeah.
But that'd be cool to see. But what we're seeing right now is a lot of locking up and a lot of cars in the grass, and this is interesting. We've seen a lot of chaos.
And honestly, this is why we only have 2 on the season, right? Because they're hard tracks. I mean, road courses in general, right? Even the easiest track road course we could go to, which I don't know, arguably might be Watkins Glen, a track that everybody's familiar with. It's still difficult. It's not one of those easy things. And again, we talked about it earlier, but practice really matters for these racetracks. If you practice and you understand your line and how to make it work, then you can get around this place pretty clean. Right now we're seeing Smrecker under fire here a bit by Mark Whitley in P2. And then after that, there's nobody in sight for 6 seconds.
This is the tale of 2 drivers.
Whoa.
Smecker and Whitley. Whoa, 1 car off the 54 of Bowie.
Brandon Bowie taking the scenic route. And then, oh man, Merrick Watchorn goes around. Holds his brakes.
There's too much action on the track. We can't keep up with it. 25 to go here.
Ooh, up. Matthew
Flemings.
Matthew Fleming.
Can we get a Fleming's counter? It's like up in the corner.
It might be like 88. I think, yeah, that's his car number.
Yeah.
It's bad. But,
Fleming.
yeah, everybody, you know, like, again, right, like, you know, in the league, you know, road course racing is difficult. Obviously, there's about half the field can make it work pretty smoothly. The other half is absolutely in shambles. And I think it comes down to survivability, obviously, and you know, all kinds of stuff. But these tracks are necessary because, you know, in my opinion, Nick Biddy and Donnie. Hold on to her. Brandon Sixta says he's crashed. Don't see that. Looks fine to me.
Maybe just a little slow. I don't know.
But yeah, these tracks are tough, but they're necessary for a season because, in my opinion, a champion is a champion of every kind of track, and I think they're necessary to definitely race on. And it's just, you know, it's parity, right? It's you have to have different tracks to really kind of change the game up. As we're seeing Frankie Barroso flying through the oval.
Oh no!
Again, just take
everyone. It's that one corner. It's the corner, turn 12 right there. It's like mini turn 1. You're coming right out of the little. I don't even know what you call it. It's like a sweeping right-hander.
Yeah,
get onto the oval and then brake hard.
That part of the track where you come back onto the oval, but you're going the other way, it's slick right there, and your car almost feels like it's offset in the braking zone. It's so hard to get down to speed right there, and but that's why we're seeing all those drivers having the issue.
Oh yes, it's taking a little bit longer for these guys to find their rhythm, get in the flow of things, and get things going. But I have no doubt in my mind that these guys are going to figure it out. We see these two drivers going side by side down in the turn 1. Who do we have here?
Woodruff here in Talladega.
Oh.
Woodruff trying to make a comeback here after his stage 1 restart incident. So far doing a pretty good job. Yeah, I think you make a good point, Matt, because, you know, if this race were to go green the entire way, I think you're right. I think drivers would get into that fluid state. They'd be able to kind of get into a rhythm, and I think we'd see cleaner racing as the race goes on, right? And just obviously bigger gaps, things like that. But yeah, the stages, even though they kind of incite chaos, I think they're necessary to get the field back up. Right now, we're seeing almost 3 wide here. Oof, that was close.
29 takes it on the inside. Wow.
Yeah, it's you know, this is one of those, and I think one thing too that I had to talk with a few drivers earlier is that, you know, typically this track might only have 2 really good passing zones, right? You know, under braking. But when you have inexperienced drivers, a lot of the times you'll see passing zones in areas where you normally wouldn't, because maybe they're not proficient in a certain corner or you know, in a certain braking zone. So we're seeing a lot of different passing zones in areas that wouldn't normally be passing zones. And yeah, it definitely happens. Right now, it is
interesting.
It's
yeah, to say the least.
It's tough out there. It's honestly survivability. Who can survive the best? Who can keep that car clean and get to the end?
Yes. It's very, very exciting here in the road courses. But like you said, it is a necessary thing. Add some more excitement, different kind of tracks, and yes, a champion is a champion of all. And these road courses, while not very appealing to oval guys, still very exciting. We see a couple cars going off the track there, but I'm a fan of road courses in moderation.
Oh yeah, I mean it's yeah, for a season. I mean, and the great thing is our next road course this season is going to be Road America, a track that we've gone to before, and people are very comfortable there, so should be
good to hear.
A much better scenario. Right now, I mean, we're even seeing drivers who are extremely good and talented. Look at Brandon Bowie right now in P5. That's a pretty beat up car, but yet right now tracking down Roger Pierce for that 4th spot. So it just goes to show, I mean, that perseverance does matter. Right now, 22 laps to go. We're about halfway, almost halfway. And yeah, right now, Devin Smirker doing great. The gap was only about 0.4 of a second, but right now, man, that increased about a second right there. Mark Whitley must have had some kind of an issue. Not good to see.
Maybe we see that 26 just crank up the tempo, crank up the heat, get things going. And now he's pulling away for a second lead now to Whitley. But still the tale of two drivers as we see the top two. They're 8 seconds away from the driver in P3. That's going to be Brandon 6.
Yeah.
He is... These two drivers, we see him pulling away and gaining a lot of time on the field.
That's right. Passing lap down cars already. Thomas Meath going down a lap. Let's actually ride on board Devin Smucker right now and get the onboard camera view of, get a good glimpse of how this track looks from the driver's standpoint on the inside.
All right, here we go. We're going to take him down on the turn 1 here. Where's he going to brake? Where's he comfortable with? You say about 2.5 boards in, just glides that car in through the corner. Beautiful. Taking things nice and smooth, straight through sector 1, and he's cruising on through.
Yeah, this straightaway right here, this is deceiving because this braking zone right here is actually more difficult than it appears. Right now, it does a great job getting it wound down. Makes it left-hand corner. A couple of S's right here. You don't want to use the whole track right there. That'll kill your lap time, actually. You want to kind of stay in the middle. He does that beautifully. Goes over the rumble strips. Use a lot of track up right here. Over those strips. There it is. Picture perfect corners right there from Devin Smirker. This is the transition we talked about. Coming up right here. This braking zone is so tough to get it.
Such a tight corner.
Yeah, it's tight, but also to get that car slowed down without, you know, coming from under it. It's so difficult. But Devin right now makes it look like it's just absolutely perfect. Creeps around this last corner and then stands on it coming down that straightaway. Great job right there by Devin Smirker.
Beautiful.
In the All Things Go podcast machine. Mark Whitley in P2. Brandon 6, I'll tell you what, right now is in P3, but 10 seconds back. So a tough break right there for sure. Brandon Bowie coming down pit road. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Strat call right here for Brandon Bowie. Love to see this. What does
Breaking
Brandon
things
Bowie...
up with the stages.
Yeah, so this is one of those things. I mean, if you know your fuel can go the whole way, you know, even after the stage... Hey, why not? Pit now, get your fuel, and then once the yellow comes out, forget about it. You're up front. So very, very bold move right there. Love seeing that, man.
Keep an eye on that one. I'm willing to bet that's going to work out for him. But you see everyone else staying out right now. But strategy call, that's going to come into play here. And
Yes, sir.
are we going to see anyone else come down pit road?
It's a tough break. I mean, you know, pits do close with 2 laps to go, but right now we're almost at the stage break, but not quite. But yeah, right now it is definitely, I think we might. I think we're going to see people do that. I think it's smart to do it. Right now, DJ Honeycutt, man, having a great day. P6, that car looks pretty well clean. I think that might be some damage on the right side there, but overall, very solid effort here by DJ. Continuing a fantastic run.
Whoa, a little bit of a lockup there for the 7 car moving across track here. We have
Yeah, right now, Donnie Honeycutt, the father of DJ and Tyler, having a great job today. Very, very fast driver. Hasn't broken through yet in the winner's circle, but I'll tell you what, he is knocking on the door. Very fast driver today. Maybe not a road course guy, but definitely making it work today. Robert Hassong, Jackson Anderson. Pretty good group right here. See, Rob has some right side damage. Doesn't have a whole lot of effect on the car, it would appear, but hey, your boy Kenny Real, here he is in that P11.
Kenny.
He's back from being away from a couple of weeks, so glad to have him back here today. Tyler Honeycutt, love that machine right there, that baby blue and black car, looking pretty good. We're seeing Thomas Meeks might be involved in another incident. Okay, not quite. Ooh, Daryl Young Jr. off the track. Turns 3 and 4 and the little S right there. But he's been smooth. He's one of these drivers that, you know, even if he's not fast, he just finds a way to get to the front. You know, kind of like the old school Kevin Harvick, you know, effect. You know, like the closer. Where did this dude come from? And Darrell is that guy, man. It's really cool right now. You know, it's solid P12. You know, considering the circumstance. Sometimes, you know, for a championship bid, it's just a matter of, you know. In my mind, a championship caliber driver, they still find a way to do really well, even at tracks they don't excel at. And I think right now we're seeing that out of Darrell Young. Again, obviously very solid, very fast at most tracks, but right now not maybe having this, you know, the race he wants or the position he wants to be in, but again, still finding a way to having a good points day. Ooh, as he kind of kisses the little smooch right there on the inside wall, but overall,
using up that track there, but
yeah, good effort.
Top 5 last week. He's got a pretty solid car, and he's up in the. He's looking to fight for the top 10 position, but here we have the 32 car cruising into cautions out.
Yes, sir. That is the stage end.
There we go.
So Devin Smecker, yet again, is going to be your stage dose winner. Love that.
In the stages.
Yes, sir. Great job, Mark. Willie going to be in P2 again. Brandon Six is in 3rd place. Again, solid effort right there. Roger Pierce in P4. Tell you what, if Pierce can just sniff that lead, I've got a feeling he's going to be really, really fast. He just has to get to the front and make it work. Frankie Barroso P5. DJ Honeycutt 6th place. Great job right there. Again, more playoff stage points. Not playoff points, excuse me. More bonus points for the stages. So great job right there. Justice Millie 7th place. Merrick Watchhorn again P8. Love to see new guys come into the league and be very clean, very, very fast. Nick Biddy, super good recovery so far. He was actually, as well as Richard Woodruff, both of these drivers had early stage 2 incidents. And to bounce back into a top 10 is very solid there for those points. So good stuff right there. We're going to hit a quick commercial break once again. We'll come back and we'll talk to somebody else besides Smirker.
Go.
Maybe a surprise guest. We'll come right back. Alrighty, Devin Smerker right here up front, stage 2 winner. Love to see that again. Right now, everybody going to come down pit road, the entire field except maybe Brandon Bowie. We'll see how that works in just a second, but the whole field, here we go. Again, tires, I don't think that's going to happen, but the fuel, you got to top it off. We're going to go back green with about 15 laps to go, and not a lot of time to get it done. So what can we see here? One more restart. If you can get through that restart, that might be a good day for these guys. If you stay up front, we're seeing it right there. Brandon Bowie is going to stay out front. So he made his bed, man.
Made his bed and he's sleeping in it right now. But that strat call paying off for him. And we're going to see the rest of the field pulling down pit road. some gas, splash and go, perhaps.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a couple tires on there, but nothing too much. Short time on pit road. Whitley, he's going to lead the field off pit
Woo!
road.
There it is. Devin Smirker didn't have the greatest pit stop right there. Man, not sure why that went south for him, but comes out 5th place. Going to be 6th in reality because Brandon Bowie's going to be up front, so tough break for him right there. Has got to have a good, clean start. Sometimes that's what it comes down to is, hey, you know, what kind of pit stops do you have? The money stop, and we'll see what that works out for him. But hey, we're going to actually go and talk to, who do we talk to? I think I'm gonna go with, can I sneak in DJ Honeycutt? Let's see. Let's see. Where's old DJ? Here he is. Boom. Hey, DJ man, it's Steve in the booth. He got me.
I got you, bud.
Hey, dude. So hey, I mean, lately, listen, we same stage winner for stage 1 and 2. So we're gonna bring in somebody else. Man, you've been on fire lately, having a really good season so far. Last week had a top 4 finish here on the big oval track, and right now having some really solid stage points for the race. What's it going to take to track down? I mean, do you have something for the leaders? I mean, what's it going to take, man?
Nah, man, I don't got enough for them. They're running about 2 seconds faster than I am, but really, I just try to keep it straight, keep my tires up under me. And a lot of these guys are spinning out, wrecking up on the first couple of laps after these restarts. So
yeah,
just trying to keep my nose clean, keep my tires as cool as I can, and try to just pretty much just outlast these guys.
Hey, I love that, man. Congrats again on just how well you're doing, and hopefully we'll see you at the end of this thing, man, in the top 3. Good luck.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Alrighty, so there's DJ Honeycutt in that 15. I'll tell you what, just a driver who's really on the up lately. Love to see that. But Brandon Bowie, talk about him for a second. I mean, fuel might be a play. This could be an interesting decision here for him. I mean, obviously right now staying out. What is that? I guess what's the mentality, Matt? For you.
For me personally, when I'm trying to save fuel at a road course in these kind of cars, I'm trying to stay in higher gear. I'm staying higher gears for the corners. You're using less RPMs, meaning less fuel's being burned. Maybe you're braking just a little bit earlier, a little bit more to where you're still being in lower RPMs for longer amounts of time while still maintaining the speed that you have. Or one thing you could do is while you're under braking, it's kind of a risky move that I do sometimes, is I hold the clutch in while heading into my braking zone. Like putting it in neutral. But
yeah.
If it works out, save every ounce of fuel you can. But for Mr. Bowie right here, it might be tight. It might be tight.
Might be. Absolutely. Well, hey, right now, let's do one more quick commercial break. This is a long track, so we'll come right back, and then we'll go green for stage 3. All right, so right there, you're seeing it. Choose car is underway right now. We'll give you the alternate angle just to see coming down that secondary backstretch right here. Love this. This could be a lot of it. A lot of what happens here on this restart. What lane do you pick? We're going to see 3 wide for sure. We're going to see definitely 2 wide. So what do you do?
Inside.
Yeah. I mean, we're
Inside all day, baby.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see a lot of drivers, try and dive it in, make it 3 wide, right? I'm sure we're gonna see some guys who aren't happy at this restart. You really have to make that decision, and you got to do it quick because we're going to see somebody, I'm sure, get spun here that is not going to be happy. And it might even be at the front of the field.
Oh, yeah, it's like we were talking about earlier. If you're going to make a move, this is the last restart we're going to have. So if you want to make a move, this is the risky move that you might want to take here. If you're somewhere in the mid pack, like mid front pack here, does this risky move pay out for you? You might want to take it. If it messes up, then your race is over. But if you get away with it, you might gain a lot of spots here. But we're going to take him down to the front stretch here and get him back going again.
Yes, sir. Right here for the Sim Motion Grand Prix of Indianapolis. This is it. Green flag going to be about to go in the air with 14 laps to go. Who is going to win this race? Will we get a first-time winner or a familiar face? We'll find out next. Right now, green flag. Who's going to do it? Devin Smirker.
Whoa!
Tries to go 3 wide. Frankie Barroso makes a great block right there. Might go 3 wide right here. Not quite. Ooh, Mark Whitley. 3 wide.
Door banging.
Yes, sir.
Whoa!
Mark Whitley gets spun around.
Gassed it up a little bit too hard, I think, and he's around there off in turn 3. But we have...
Woo, Tyler Honeycutt.
Round.
Oh, big hit right here.
Kleckson right in the middle of the racing line. Oh, it's a parking lot. You cannot park there. Wow, multiple cars involved. Lots of cars around. The rhythm has been broken. The flow is gone, and we are getting it back together.
And unfortunately,
14 more laps.
Yeah, unfortunately, Devin Smirker also got caught up in that right now, all the way back down to 16th place. So, not what he wanted. Unfortunately, got restarted. You know, kind of like 6th or 7th in that field. Awful break for a lot of these drivers. But right now, Brandon Bowie, Brandon 6 maintains their 1 through 3. Frankie Barroso in 3rd place right here. Bowie Esports, man, they just find a way to get to that front. And right now, they've done the same thing. Roger Pierce in P4, DJ Honeycutt, we just talked to him, said he didn't have the speed, but man, it sure looks like it.
Hanging out in that top 5 spot, and plus he is a Honeycutt, of course. I feel like that shaves a couple tenths off your lap time there, but Bowie Motorsports, very good today.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll tell you what, early in the race, they didn't look that great. I mean, a lot of, you know, like teammate on teammate action. And, just, you know, a lot, maybe, ooh, man, Jim Kaufman getting off right there. Makes a decent recovery, but man, that's a tough break right there. That first corner. A lot.
Turn 1.
It's a lot of pressure. 13 laps to go. You got to get to that front. Brandon Bowie going to be under fire here from Brandon 6. Bowie has the speed capability. I mean, 6 does too, obviously, as well. But, man, Frankie, what does he have for this field? If he can get back to the front, Roger Pierce as well. I think Pierce is close enough to where he's able to strike if he can just get there.
That's the biggest part. You got a mountain, you got a hill. You got to climb that mountain. And once you get up there, then you can go over the hill. But let me tell you, he's got to make up the ground first and then focus on making a move. It's a little difficult to make a move here. You got to get on the inside, set up your corners. You got to be conscious. You got to be thinking about what corner am I going to try and make a move in? And even more than that, what corner comes up after I make this move? Where am I going to be set? If I'm stuck on the outside in the following corner, I might as well have not even made a move. I'm going to get trapped on the outside, and I'm going to get passed again. And I just wasted all that time. But we're still... Oh, no. We're still wrecking here. Still slideways. Watch out here, folks.
Yeah, tough break again. That top right map, that lets you know where the leaders are compared to everybody else, or where your favorite driver is on the track. But yeah, man, right now, definitely a tough break. We're seeing a couple of drivers just getting to the pits. Bad breaks all around. Again, a couple drivers right now on track that have had issues. Mark Whitley, again, P2. The drivers that we've seen P1 and 2 the entire race so far are back still side by side, but 13th and 14th. So obviously not where they wanted to be. An awful, just a couple of events that happens on this last restart, but that's what happens. You restart, not in that first couple of spots, and things just kind of go downhill from there. So Devin Smirker, Mark Whitley, dominant so far, but not going to be able to necessarily get to that front potentially in that 10 laps. So we'll see how that works out for them. But what happens that Bowie Esports drivers, they take over, they find a way to get to that front. Brandon Bowie, keep in mind, did not pit under this stage 3. So right now, trying to hold off his teammate, Brandon 6, and trying to go back-to-back, Matt, at this track.
He's going for the Indy sweep right now. He's taking that Indy sweep. He wants it, but he's got his teammate right behind him, putting on some pressure. So he had him around on the back straight right now. Another tight 90-degree corner. See Bowie using up all the track here.
Yeah, and right now we're seeing like
teammates.
Roger Pierce is about 5 seconds back, so he's definitely dropped off about a second and a half from when we last talked about him. So definitely not as fast as the leaders, but again, top effort right here to be able to potentially finish in this top 4, top 5, and then Woodruff. Oh man, Mealy actually goes off track right here.
Oh. Some people can find their rhythm right away. Others need a little bit more time to adjust. But, consecutive corners. For me personally, whenever I make a mistake at a road course, it's followed up by several more mistakes. You get in your head, you break that rhythm. But some people, that's exactly what it's happening right now.
Yeah,
you make one mistake, you make another.
I mean, one thing too that like when you spin out or heat up your tires, they are really slick, and it takes a lot of discipline to then kind of take it easy for a half a lap or whatever it is to kind of regain the traction. It's so difficult, and I think a lot of drivers maybe not have that. But this pack right here, I'll tell you what, if you would have told me, Woodruff, Larson, oh man, as we talk about Larson, he skids to the field, just completely misses turn 1.
Off the track he goes. Got a little bit of a slowdown he's got to serve, but
almost tried that Ross Chastain line right there from a couple seasons ago. But I mean, hey, either way, very solid effort right now. Currently back in P9, I believe is what I'm being shown as. So if he can finish top 10, I can promise you he'll be very happy with that. Devin Smirker right now going to make it into the lead. Mark Whitley going to try and also make a move here.
Smirker's got to make his comeback here. Heading on the inside. They're outside. Watch out. We've seen these two fighting up front all day long, but now they're fighting for the top 10 spot. They've fallen off drastically, both with strategy and mistakes that have been made throughout the race, but they've had the speed all day long. I think we're going to see these guys fighting up towards the front. Maybe not the front of the front.
Yes, sir. Speaking of the front right now, a lead change. Brandon 6 makes it, dives it in. Frankie Barroso follows. And we have a new leader,
Bowie.
Brandon 6 right here. Bowie did not have a great couple laps right there. And Brandon 6 gets around. Man, all 3 of these drivers have had a pretty rough race, I'm not going to lie, earlier in the race. And right now, they were kind of gifted this first, second, and third. Brandon Bowie, unfortunately, falling off here. A little hard. Might be able to catch back up, but tough break. What does Frankie Barroso have, though, for Brandon 6? I'll tell you what, this right here might be the battle. Frankie has some front-end damage, but this could be for the win. 9 laps to go.
Seems like the damage doesn't affect these cars too much. Obviously, it's going to impact you aerodynamically. However, it doesn't seem to be hurting these guys as much as you'd expect. Maybe even adds a little bit more downforce, potentially. But
True.
The damaged cars are still pretty fast.
Yeah.
They are still pretty fast. We're here going across through the front stretch. I'm going to see 8 laps to go here. Brandon 6, now your leader.
Yeah, Roger Pierce, keep in mind, he's regained about a second. So right now he's 4 seconds back, kind of on an island all by himself. 3 seconds back of the leaders, excuse me, but also about 8 seconds back from anybody else behind him. So, I mean, he's all but locked this top 5 position in, as long as he doesn't have any more issues. Very solid effort right there. Woodruff again, just passing Honeycutt again, kind of by himself. He's got nobody around, 10 seconds in front or behind him. So a great job there. But this battle right here for both his top 10 positions, this is going to come down to a lot. Devin right here can still catch these 3 drivers. I wouldn't doubt if Devin still pulls out a top 5 finish here. We know how fast he is.
He's got the speed and he's moving forward with a full head of steam, but
Whoa!
oh, drifting.
Matt Smith trying to show off a bit.
He wanted to be cool, but I don't think that ended up looking that cool. Losing a couple spots there, unfortunately, but Smith, he's had an okay day.
Yeah,
We've seen him a couple times.
Very young, had some issues right there as well. Yeah, it's tough, man. A lot of these guys, you know, you fight tooth and nail all the way to the front, or get lucky maybe and avoid all the incidents, and then, you know, you make a mistake yourself in the last stage and it all kind of gets thrown away. But not a good break. Kenny Reel again, P13th right now. Bunch of drivers having a decent day considering how it's gone so far. But back up front, Brandon 6 still up front. Frankie Barroso down by a second at this point. Trying all I can to get back to that front. Brandon Bowie 3rd place. Pierce holding on strong. That front 3 just has just a little bit more speed than Roger. But Roger looking really solid so far too, for sure. Closest battle on track right now is for about 12th and 13th place. This battle,
Cars under a blanket.
yeah.
Kenny Reel, he's back up at the 13th spot. A sleeper pick, deep sleep pick. But
Bowie making a comeback here. Got around Frankie Barroso. Not sure if Frankie had an issue there, but yeah, Frankie's just lost about a second, so I think Frankie might have had a bit of a struggle.
a little bit of a lockup there for Brennan 6.
Yeah.
This is not what you need. Coming to 6 to go. Late stage in the race. You're coming very close to the end of this race, but you need to make sure you're smooth. You don't have to be super lightning fast, but you need to be smooth. Be smart, because he's lost a lot of time on his teammate there, Brandon Bowie. But he needs to be smart. He needs to keep on going, doing what he's been doing, and not lose any more time to his teammate.
That's right. Devin Smirker right now back up to P6. So got past those drivers right there. He's got some leg work to do. About 15 seconds actually to get to the front.
Ooh.
Or to get closer to P5. But overall, great come. Oh, Tyler! Lap down car almost getting in the way there, but does a great job by getting out of the way. Woodruff, solid top 5 position if he can hold on to this. A great job. Bowie is cutting into this lead just a little bit. He was about 1.1 seconds back. I wonder if Bowie kind of held back a bit to kind of hold on to those tires maybe. Oh, Brandon 6!
Huge
Boom!
lock up in the 12, and now the teammates are side by side in 13.
You called it out last lap. Brandon 6 had a bit of an issue there. He locked him up. And then right now, all 3 of these teammates are catching up. Watch out for Roger Pierce, though. If they have a big issue, Roger will be right there.
Roger's in that nice spot, keeping to himself, getting away from all the chaos. Let's see some action here between 3 teammates moving forward.
Yeah, we're seeing Brandon 6 struggle quite a bit right now. Locking the brakes up. Man, this is
intense.
pretty intense for road course racing. We didn't expect to see racing this tight, but here we are with 5 laps to go. A lot can still happen. Brandon Bowie gets a little loose right here. Holds on to it. Frankie does not capitalize.
We are 5 laps left in this race, and we've got these top 3 drivers locking it up, sliding it into corners. Be smart, be smooth. These are all teammates here. I wonder if we have these teammates who are a little scared to make moves on their fellow competitors, on their fellow teammates.
That's right.
But we have 4 more to go, going on the front stretch right now. Things are going to heat up between teammates here at Bowie Esports.
Yeah, they're putting on a hell of a show. I mean, right now, closest battle on track is pretty much this battle. Maybe 8th and 9th right here between Mark Whitley and DJ Honeycutt. Mark looking to get around DJ for that 9th place. Might get it done here.
Around the outside. There's the setup you need.
Gets it done. Great job by Mark right there. Making that work.
Pulled off the move. Very good on his part. We are about 3/10 away from our battle for the lead here. And oh, we got a little slide right there from Bowie again. Same corner as before. Need to make sure to keep it straight.
Yeah,
Battle.
I mean, all 3 of these drivers are fast. And it's so obvious. They're pushing so hard because, I mean, they all want to get this win, right? They've all won this season, but they want to win again, right? And right now, this is what it takes. This is just, it's really, really hard competition, and they've all got different skill sets here.
I'm really seeing Bowie prevail in the 3rd sector right now, these last couple corners, but that mid sector really hurts a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
3 more laps to go here at the Brickyard.
Through the field a bit right now. Everything's kind of calmed down. Everyone's single file. Josh Larson, P11 right now. Matt Smith, 13th place. Everyone kind of just relaxing, kind of just wanting the race to end, I'm sure. But right now, whoa, James Kaufman comes off.
Whoa.
Not too bad. A lot of drivers, again, off the track. Marshall Harris, 24th place. Still on the track, looking pretty strong. Not exactly the race he's wanted, but hey, either way, a solid effort, a learning experience, and a great job. But up front, Brandon 6. Frankie Barroso keeps getting close to Brandon Bowie. Just doesn't quite get it. Not quite getting there yet. Some smoke up ahead. Gotta watch out for that. They're approaching lap traffic, Matt, so this is going to play a big role into how this race ends.
Pull out the popcorn, get the family together. It's movie night, but it's better than a movie. It's action-packed racing here at the Roval. Lap car implications for our top 3 drivers, and things are just heating up right now. We got to get 6, Bowie, Barroso around this car. They're going to go around the outside. Going to let him by. Still got 1 more up in front of him. Now entering turn 1. 2 more times around here at Indy.
Man, yeah, what does Bowie have for 6? It doesn't really seem like, you know, Frankie's gonna get to them unless they tangle by themselves, but man, Nick Biddy has an issue right here. P9, went around the scenic route, missed that corner, but still a top effort right now. Top 10 effort. Great job.
Very good drive from a lot of these drivers. Big props to the drivers in the top 10 right now. One looking for the top 10, but 10 seconds back. Sleeper pick, Kenny Reel, 11 car in 11th.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, right now, I mean, Matt, this race has really been a tale of 2 tales, I like to say. I mean, first two stages, you know, probably first half of the race, we really saw, I mean, you know, Mark Whitley and Devin Smirker really kind of taking off on this race and you know, winning the stages and just having a killer race so far. Really, really fast, avoiding all the mistakes. And then that stage 3, you know, pit stop happened, the yellow restart. and then it kind of went downhill for a lot of these drivers. And pit stops ultimately kind of played a bigger role into this than they'd like to admit. But right now, Brandon Bowie and his teammates of Brandon Six and Frankie Barroso doing everything they can to give Brandon Six a struggle right here. But Brandon Six just too good at these courses, at these tracks. Had some bad luck earlier, stage 1, stage 2. But you get this man back up front, it is going to be a dangerous day for most people. And Brandon Six about a couple laps, or a couple of corners, excuse me, away from his 4th win of the season. Just absolutely dominant. Tell you what, we talked about it a couple of races ago, but Revenge Tour. Oh, Frankie Barroso!
Oh.
What's going on here, Frankie?
Oh,
man.
The mess up. That was a big mistake, costing him, I think, only 1 spot right there. This huge lead. Oh, no.
And then Roger Pierce just couldn't believe it. Gets into the grass himself. But man, that might give him that podium to come and talk to us here after the race. But Brandon Six still up front.
Bowie are off. Bowie went off.
Oh man, gets what is happening?
Utter chaos unfolding here in the last lap at Indy. You got Brandon Six.
What is this? What is this? Guys,
they still go off. They're still having problems. Brandon Six is going to take it on the front stretch, and he's going to win it here.
Yeah.
The Sim Motion Grand Prix here at Indy.
Love that. Man, Brandon Six pulled a Kenny from South Park and said, "Screw you guys, I'm going home." And he just took off and wins his 4th race of the season. Great job by Brandon Six. Not dominant, but still managed to find a way to get it done. So great job by Brandon Six. Roger Pierce, man, the whole race, I mean, for the most part, just didn't have, fast enough pace, but finds himself at the last lap to get into that P2. So an awesome job here by Roger Pierce. Solid effort. Man, love that result for him for sure. And then Frankie Barroso had a completely shambles last lap, but luckily for his teammates had the same issues and finishes P3. Brandon Bowie 4th place. Richard Woodruff, extremely solid top 5. Best finish of the season, I believe, for Woodruff, so great job by him. Devin Smucker's P6, Mark Whitley P7. So again, bad luck for these guys after dominating the first maybe 60% of the race. But 6th and 7th for them. DJ Honeycutt, top 8. Looking good there. Nick Biddy, P9, and then Joseph Mealy rounding up the top 10. Great job here by all these drivers. Man, love to see this. We're going to go take a look, or take a commercial break real quick. Brandon Six getting his burnout started early. We'll come right back, folks. We'll go and thank our sponsors. All right, race fans, we are back for the Sim Motion Grand Prix of Indianapolis. The 200 was last week. The same track. Brandon Six is your winner. A great job so far by him. Again, winning is just all he's doing. Great to see. Right now, we're going to bring in Frankie Barroso here shortly. We want to talk to the top 3. And again, big thanks to all of our sponsors here today. Sim Motion, Admin Box for all their support. Harpoon Design, go and check them out at harpoondesign.com for all your iRacing paint needs. Battle Beaver, fantastic controllers. Go and check them out to get that competitive edge. And I'll tell you what, a lot of cool stuff here today. So right now, Frankie Barroso, we'll bring him in real quick. See if we can track old Frankie down and talk about that last lap, because that was pretty wild. Here he is, Frankie Barroso, man. Hey, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, so I mean, hey, up and down race. Talk about stage one. That seemed pretty wild between you and teammates, I believe. But then, hey, that last lap kind of bookended the race with some drama, I guess. What happened?
At the brakes and it just went right. I mean, I was using that same brake for the last 5 laps, and I didn't do that, so that was fun. So I basically threw away second place for that. But all in all, I mean, it was really tricky. The track was super slick at times, and sometimes it had a lot of grip in it. And that last stage, it was a lot of fun, but I wish I had the track position I foolishly gave away to my teammate, Bowie, but, you know, it happens. And then I couldn't mount a charge until I passed Bowie, and then on the last lap, 6 was way too far ahead to do anything with, but, you know, 3rd place is okay, I guess.
Yes, sir. Can't definitely shy away from that. Definitely a solid effort. Give us your sponsor shoutouts real quick if you have any, man, and then yeah, we'll see you next week for a throwback race in Rockingham.
Nice. Well, I'm kind of sponsorless besides the team, so thank you, Bowie Esports. Thank you to the teammates. I came along for this absolute roller coaster, I guess. I'm trying not to cuss here. So yeah, pretty good race. Congrats to 6 on the win. Got another top 3, which I don't think I finished outside the top 3 yet this season, so that's cool. So yeah, we'll keep chugging along to next week.
That's true, man. Great job. Congrats. We'll see you next week, man. That's
Yeah,
Frankie
thank you.
Barroso. We'll bring him in. Great job by Frankie. Hold on now. There he is. Alrighty, great job by Frankie Barroso there in that 48. We'll go and bring in next P2, man, Roger Pierce. Here's a man who was fast all race, but just didn't quite have enough to get to the leaders. But man, oh man, that last lap changed everything for him. Roger Pierce, man, hey, how'd that last lap go for you? Pretty crazy, but a P2. Love to see that.
Yeah, we almost blew it. Hit the brakes early because I saw Frankie sideways and car didn't turn, car didn't stop. Like, I was on the brakes super early and it didn't stop, and I was like, well, I guess we're going through the grass. So I mean, yeah, that was kind of the theme tonight is don't lock it up and hope you can know how to drive in the grass if you do.
True. True. Well, hey, man, great job, obviously. It's a tough track. It's not obviously easy, but definitely showcased your talent today on the road courses, so love that. Next week, man, we're going to Rockingham for a throwback race. What are your expectations there? Another wild ride.
Oh, man. I love Rockingham. Not really racing in the Cup car, but super excited to unveil my Junior Johnson throwback scheme.
Love that.
That we've been working on. Little homage to the 27. So super excited about that. Yeah, I mean, like you said, tough track. Luckily, we ran NIS here about a month ago, so I had a lot of laps on it. But this setup was so different than the other set that I was running. So it was a lot of fine-tuning, finessing, and I got new pedals, so that definitely helped a lot with the braking zones.
Nice.
I ran, when I was tracking down Frankie, 6, and Bowie, I ended up running a 127.5, and I was like, what? I was just kind of hinting my paces and marks, and was very, very excited that I figured that Bowie was going to run out of gas. We were either going to get third.
Yeah.
But I saw them battling up there, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna start inching my way forward and forward, but I didn't have the draft. They had the draft with each other, so they could stay in that tight pact. So it was a lot of just hard racing. And I definitely owe the number 4 Richard Woodruff. Hopefully I'm not saying that. I definitely owe him an apology. I got into him in the second stage restart, and that was not my intention at all. So not how I like to race.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, tell you what, great job. Love that machine too. Solid effort today, really showcasing your talent here and your speed. Hey, next week, Rockingham gonna be a lot of fun, man. We'll see you next week, dude.
All right. Want to thank my sponsors, Extreme Sim Racing. Go to extremesimracing.com and use code WJM at checkout. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. There he is, Roger Pierce, coming in P2. Love to see that, man. Solid effort for him. And right now, we'll bring in the man of the hour yet again. Brandon 6 in the 66. Tell you what, we're gonna have to start charging you for rent around here. Has a crazy good race against it. Oh, not crazy good race. I mean, obviously ups and downs. Stage 1 and stage 2 weren't exactly what you wanted, I'm sure. I mean, it seems like there was some teammate involvement there, some braking issues, some blunders, but I feel like everyone did here today. Didn't really, have the race you wanted, probably until that's third stage, but just talk to us about how your race went, ups and downs, and how you pulled it off.
Yeah, obviously stage 1 didn't start off very well. I knew cold tires were going to be a struggle for me, cold tires and the cold brakes. I actually intentionally tried to get heat in the brakes, but it apparently did nothing. So I was kind of taking it chill, and then I just overshot. I think it was turn 1 the first time, I believe. I can't even remember. I overshot so many corners this race. And then I think at stage 2, I did the same thing. I think it was in turn 12, I think, near there, the last couple corners. They were kind of treacherous, especially under braking. It's just very difficult. This track I don't know. It's a love-hate relationship. I kind of like it, but at the same time, I don't. It lacks so much grip. But when you got a lot of good drivers and you can battle like that, I mean, it was good to have my teammates. I wish Mark and I think
Devin, yeah.
Devin was doing really good, and I know Roger was pretty fast. I kind of wish there was a stage where all of us didn't have issues.
Yeah,
we could all race
right.
each other, because I think it would have been a really good battle for the end for sure.
For sure, yeah. I was telling Matt here. I mean, it was a tale of two tales. We had Mark and Devin really kind of leading the charge early on, just looking strong. And then you guys in the Bowie team kind of really, pit strategy seemed like it played a big role. Bowie stayed out, before that stage end. So a lot of strategy, a lot of just, overall speed, stay out front, and that's what happened. So great job, man. Hey, next week we're going to Rockingham. Big change up already for the throwback race. What do you expect there for Rockingham in these Cup cars?
It'd be interesting. I actually don't think I've ever done a race there at Rockingham with these cars. If I do remember correctly, though, from other teammates driving there in the past, I think it's typically a highline track, so it might be kind of multi-groove racing, so it should be pretty exciting.
Love that, man. Hey, we'll see you next week. Congrats again on the win. Big win here at Indianapolis. We'll catch you next week, man.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Already, Matt, talk to me. How'd the race go in your minds? Obviously, a lot went down. A lot of a lot of off tracks, a lot of wrecks, a lot of all kinds of stuff. Everything happened today. Pit strategy, we saw from Bowie, we saw speed, we saw just mistakes. How'd it go from you?
I've been saying it all night long. Chaos, 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 and that's what it was all night long. We've seen drivers get in the flow, and this flow getting broken up by cautions, drivers getting into them, their own mistakes, and especially that last lap between the top 3-4 drivers. Very exciting to see this kind of chaos unfold right in front of you. And honestly, I am very satisfied with the conclusion of this race. Very excited to see all this, and it's been great being in here tonight. Same to you, brother.